Welcome, everybody, to round 21, this post-race edition. We have Dion, as usual, and a special guest, Albie. Welcome, Albie, to our wonderful podcast.
Hello, thank you for having me.
At the moment, we're watching Dion's qualifying lap in the wet, which was, I think, through everyone. Dion, talk us through some of these corners.
Yeah,
How did you
look,
go in the wet?
look, I did terrible, but I think what's interesting about the wet is it really just mixes up the starting grid, doesn't it? Like, where did you finish? Like, you qualified much higher than I did. Like,
I
I
was
ended up
seventh.
finishing
Yeah.
in 13th or 12th or 13th or something. It was pretty bad. Yeah, and you were seventh, so I was quite far down the pack. But I think what I'm really interested to know is, Alvi, what's your thought process in the wet or in general, really? Like, you're always just qualifying either on top, finishing on top. For you, it's a case of finishing the race. You know, you're the
Yeah,
Max
pretty
Verstappen of the
much.
league. So tell us what's your
Pretty
thought
much.
process when you're on the track qualifying.
Honestly, I just roll out of the pits and just hope for the best. But no, obviously, like before the races, there's a lot of practice that goes on, in time trial. But with the rains, it's not really something that you're ready for until it happens. Like for a while, we've been anticipating rain, we've been wanting it,
Yeah,
and then it happens yesterday, and then we're all like, "Oh crap, okay, it's raining."
yeah.
But yeah, it's a different ball game. I guess you're just kind of a bit more cautious everywhere, braking wise, corners. Yeah,
Do you
just
brake?
trying to find that
So
line.
yeah, maybe when we come up to the next corner after this long straight, like for me in the wet, I'm braking way
Mm.
earlier than the where like the red line is. Let's go back a bit actually. Let's go back to turn one. So I brake way early. I think I brake just a little bit late here, right? But like, what do you brake on the red or a little bit after the red in the wet?
Nah, I just on it or like just before it.
Yeah,
But I'm also kind of playing around with the trigger to make sure that I'm not locking up.
yeah.
But yeah, the way I approach the braking zone is definitely a lot more different than the dries. I'm a
Yeah.
lot earlier into it than the dries. Yeah.
So what do you mean by like you're playing around with the trigger? Like, talk us through that.
So I've got my controller here. I'll show you. Yeah, I'm still on the controllers, not quite on
Annoying.
the wheels yet. But essentially, if when I've got it here, I'm kind of releasing it slowly. So I'm not because if I got it down all the way, it's going to lock up.
Yeah,
So I'm kind of playing around with it and kind of just easing it off.
yeah,
So the only way I can do that properly is by braking earlier than I would in the
in
dries.
the yeah.
So yeah, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, okay.
That did, P1. And
Yeah.
yeah, let's have a look down. Let's have a look at the start and see.
All right.
Today's footage is care of Anthony and his Twitch, so we should try and put a link in for his Twitch
We
and
should.
help him get some
Yeah.
viewers. So
So
yeah, and we see.
yeah. So Alva's all the way in the front, as you can see there. But I think Anthony he had a really good first couple of
Yeah.
laps. I think it went a bit pear
He had a
shaped.
good start. Yeah.
Yeah, it went a bit pear shaped in the middle in the end, but got very lucky at the end, which we'll talk about soon enough. Um, yeah, but I think he had a really clean first couple laps actually. Um, and you're all the way in front as usual, Alvi.
And but
Yeah, that one was a struggle because I could not get the tire temps up at all until maybe like halfway through that lap.
Yeah,
Like there you could see how close Geordie was to me. And then yeah, that's sort of where I kind of got it all going again.
yeah. I think
yeah, it looks
what's
like Geordie was very close to you at the
yeah,
start
you got a bit of
anyway.
distance on
Yeah,
him now. Yeah, I think what's
yeah. Now
interesting.
is any place that I kind of got it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was watching Anthony's Twitch stream earlier in the day, and man, like he goes on the grass so much, and I don't know how he keeps the car going in the right direction. I mean, it could be the driver aids. I'm not sure what's happening, but he just seems to be getting away with so much when he's on the grass and things. But I mean,
Just
full
mowing
credit
the
to
lawn a
him.
little bit.
A little bit,
Yeah.
yeah. uh,
Well, Austin Martin had a busy day in the pits. I mean, we talked about Anthony getting a drive through and the the broken wing, and Andre had about
He
four
had a
drive-throughs,
lot
I
of
think,
drive
and a
penalties.
broken wing.
Yeah.
Oh
So
wow, yeah.
it was a
He
crazy
had
day for
so
Austin
many. I'm
Martin.
not sure what happened to him, but yeah,
I know. Speaking to him later in the day, that he had he's found a problem with his pedals. So he's ordered some new Thrustmaster pedals. So we should maybe watch out for him
Ah,
next week.
cool.
nice.
There we go. But yeah, Austin Martin's, yeah. I mean, it could have been a lot better, but yeah, P3 is pretty good.
Still pretty good, yeah. Did it right. I mean, look at him. It's the second lap, and he's 3/10 down from Matt, who we should also say is doing really, really well for a late entry into the league. Matt is just skyrocketing to the front of
Yeah,
the pack.
100%.
Doing
He's
crazy
very
good.
consistently up there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think his first couple of races, I think it felt like he was sort of getting used to the league, developing his racecraft. But I think he's definitely a driver to be reckoned with. He's doing really, really well. I mean, he just got overtaken there because of the DRS, but finished second yesterday. So
yeah, for sure.
doing
He's
really
very quick, and same with Jordan as well. I think next season, look out for those guys.
yeah.
They're going to be up there, 100%.
As we see
Awesome,
Anthony
So-
rear end.
Oh,
Yeah.
got a little bit too aggressive there, and then the safety cars came out. So we had a lot of safety cars in this thing, a lot of DNFs. So who did we lose? We lost. We lost.
lot of
I
people.
know we lost.
Eric, I think,
Liam,
was.
Eric,
Yeah.
Vinny. Did Jamie finish?
I think he finished. Yeah, we'll have a look in a second.
But yeah. I don't think the results show that well. who
Chris.
DNF'd
We also
because
lost
it's got
Chris
you-
Bunky B. He DNF'd as well.
Yeah,
We did.
Towards
Bunky.
the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, the
He had
McLaren's.
a shocking, not an
McLaren's.
easy night for the McLaren boys.
Yeah, again, I think left some points on the table. I think if it wasn't for if we wanted to go to the last corner, Dion, a few people did a Bradbury on you, unfortunately.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I was following JP and Matt for the last couple laps after the safety car. So you can see that's me in front. Jordan goes a bit wide. I take advantage of that situation, come up alongside him. It's a bit hard to see, but we collect each other somehow. I'm not sure what happened exactly. We end up in the wall, and you can see we DNF, and Anthony's the recipient of that and finishes third. So
Anthony
that
got
was
lucky
devastating.
too.
He got very,
'Cause-
very lucky. Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, he got very lucky. That was so close.
nearly collected some of the debris. It could have ended up worse, but thankfully it was just me and him, and not me and JP, and not Anthony. It was just two of us, no more. But you can see there's a lot of DNF. So Vinny, Eric, Jamie did DNF, Liam, Chris, and then two of us. That's what 2, 3, 7. I think it was seven DNFs.
Oh.
That's quite a lot. So
That is quite a lot. And it was great to have all 18 drivers there on the track this week. So let's have a look at the actual end results and see how well we did on the points.
yeah. So LV, no surprise in first. Again, Matt doing really well. Who knows who would have finished there between me and JP if we hadn't have DNF'd? Maybe JP. I think I had so much ERS saved up for that last turn in straight, so I might have overtaken him. I might have not. We'll never know. But Anthony's first podium. So congratulations, mate, on that. Even if it was by pure luck. Any others?
Podium's a podium.
That's right. Absolutely. Gunnar 4th, Johnny in 5th, Greg 6th, Dim and yourself, Pete. You happy with your result in 8th?
Mercedes, a couple of points. I'm happy with that. I think Geordie's a bit of surprise down there, but he got fastest lap, so he did get the extra point for that. So that was good, and Julian again.
Didn't Geordie
got
get
maybe
like a
little bit
drive-through
lucky.
penalty or something towards the end, accidentally?
He did, yeah. I think so. He got a drive through, and then there was a safety car, so he couldn't serve it straight away. And by the time the safety car went in, it was like lap 34, I think.
Yeah.
So he had to serve it at some point. So a bit unlucky there for him, but still, he drove really well.
Yeah. How did he get the drive-through? Do you know, Alvy? Was it?
It was all Delta, so it was all the VSC situations, and I think at some point it just randomly got to the Reds. And they didn't realize.
Yeah.
And he caught a few drivers as well. He got Anthony as well a couple of times. So we all know the servers are a little bit strange.
Yeah.
Actually, he was at the end. It was like less than half a second between the two of us. He was. If there was another lap, he would have got me.
Yes,
easy.
he was mentioning that. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Easy.
Very,
Yeah,
very
I
close.
was just trying to cover him at that last bend, and yeah, it was lucky. But yeah, I wanted that last point because at that point, I was 10th. So yeah. So
if I'm not wrong, his ERS bottomed out at the point like very close to the finish line, which is why he couldn't get you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'd saved up my ERS at the end. So, well, thank you, Albie, for joining us. It was a pleasure to have you, our championship leader for the year. And just to give everyone a little tease, we've got another video coming out this week to talk about our trade periods, because I know everyone's keen to know who will be driving where next year. So yeah, thank you everyone for listening, and yeah, have a good night.
Hit the like and subscribe.
Always forget that. Dion's here for that. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.